So despite everything I said about spending time alone with Sun, you still sent Mia to pick him up from school. Yes, I would not have made it on time since my meeting ran over, so she grabbed him. I will be removing her from the pickup list. I prayed that you would make the right choice for Sun, but I see that you only care about your comfort and not his. You keep pushing Mia onto Sun. He has one mother and her acting as if she is his mother or even his parent only upsets and confuses him. I tell him he has no choice but to go to visitation at your home even though he hates it there, until he is old enough to make his own decisions in the eyes of the court, which is 12 in our state. He will be starting counseling immediately to correct the obvious brainwashing Mia is attempting to do to Sun. It's disgusting, Marcus. Hi, baby, I miss you. Are you having fun with your daddy? I hope Mia isn't bothering you too much this time. Remember to be respectful. But if she crosses a line, you tell her. Stop it. I love Mia and daddy. Stop saying mean things. Baby, you don't have to say that just because your father is there. You don't have to lie to make them feel better. Your feelings are more important. I'm not lying. I don't want to talk. Dad, can I hang up, please? Absolutely not. I am your mother and you will not hang up on me just because your father is pressuring you. Marcus, you need to go in another room. You're distracting him. I'm not talking anymore. Valerie, this is not productive. Let's try again another day. This is just upsetting, Sun. I will be reporting this to the judge. You ruined my call. I think we both need to really think about how phone calls have been going for Sun over the past few weeks. It seems that no matter whose house he is at, he ends up in tears and having fits. So you're blaming me for something that is clearly not my fault. I am not blaming anyone. I am simply thinking about what is in his best interest. I think we may need to limit phone calls. There is no need to force these calls on him. He rarely speaks to either of us over the phone anymore, and it's doing more harm than good. If he asks to speak to me, please let him call. But I will not force him to talk to me. I'd ask you to do the same. I understand if you don't want to call him anymore. Dads seem to be able to shut off their connection with their children easier than moms, but I am his mama and I will call him every single day, just in case he needs me. He needs to know I'm always with him. Speaking with Sun once or twice a week like you have decided to do is not acceptable. You ask me how he is. Why don't you ever call to ask him how he is? I can't make you man up and be a dad, but stop playing with his emotions. The ball is in your court if you're going to be his dad or just some man he sees every other week. I have told you that I will not be calling every day due to the emotional distress it causes Sun. If you would call to check on him, you would know that we have been in the emergency room for the past hour. Why is he in the emergency room? You should have told me immediately. He fell on playground equipment and I'm pretty sure he broke his arm. I figured you wouldn't even care since you never called to check on him. Of course I care. I am on my way now. I am shocked. I guess it takes Sun breaking a bone for you to care. Hey buddy, what happened to you? You okay? No, he's not okay. Obviously, his entire elbow is shattered. He has to have surgery to put pins in his elbow. Oh no, that's awful big guy. I'm so sorry. Are you going to stay with me until I wake up from surgery? Of course I am. I'm not going anywhere until I know you're okay. I'll be right back. Other daddy is here to drop off food for mommy. Mom, I'm really hungry. Did he bring me food too? No, baby. You can't eat before surgery. Asterisk walks out of room and comes back with a big bag of McDonald's asterisk. Val, maybe you might want to eat in the hallway or something. He looks like he's about to cry since he can't eat. No, I'm not leaving him alone with you. Hey, is that your glucose monitor going off? It's been beeping for like 10 minutes. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. My blood sugar is none of your concern. I'm just saying, it's been beeping and you're drinking a frappuccino from the Starbucks in the food court. Your blood sugar is probably sky high right now. You aren't my doctor, so just mind your business. No, I'm not. But you aren't going to be of any use to Son when he wakes up from surgery if you're in a diabetic coma. That's really rich coming from the man who's of no use to Son ever. I cannot wait until he is out of surgery and the hospital makes you leave for COVID protocols. You should have called me immediately when he got hurt. You know that, right? I shouldn't have told you at all. Less stress on me and Son. You need to come get Son. A bunch of coworkers tested positive for COVID at work and I'm feeling pretty rough. He's only been home for a day. But he's been in his room so he hasn't really been exposed to me. Have you taken a test yet? I know I'll be positive. I feel terrible. You need to pick him up now and keep him the 10 days, so I can get him back on Christmas Eve. God, this must be so hard on him. Having surgery and then missing his mama for 10 days. At least you get to spend extra time with him. Just make sure you let him know I love him just in case something bad happens to me. Okay, I'm on my way. I'll take him to get tested as well. Please pray for me. I know God has me, but I am so scared, especially with being diabetic. I need to live. Son needs me. I'm the only one he's ever been able to count on. When was the last time Son had pain medication for his elbow? I don't know. He hasn't needed it though. He's been crying in pain since we picked him up, so he is safe to take it. I guess so. He hasn't had any since he came home. Weird that he suddenly needs it now. He hasn't come out of his room to ask for it or anything. He just had surgery. He probably was in too much pain to even come out. You didn't check on him or anything. I have COVID, Marcus. I've been sick as a dog. Giving pain medicine to someone who didn't ask for it wasn't a top priority. Do you understand? I could unalive because of this. I get that, but you should have let me get him a lot sooner if you were so bad off you couldn't check on Son. I can't deal with you right now. I'm in enough pain. I can barely breathe. Someone is bringing me an oxygen monitor. I know that you had discussed wanting to enroll Son in counseling, and we agreed it was a good idea. I reached out to a play therapist in our area and they actually have one open availability to see hi. Soon, which is rare. He's had a difficult year with the divorce, his accident and his papa dying. I think now is the best time just for us to make sure he is okay. Especially with the escalating behavioral issues at school. They are mailing new patient paperwork to both houses. If you are still sick, I am more than happy to take him next week. But it's important to get this started before he moves up grades. This is something we needed to discuss and decide on together. You have no right to reach out to a therapist without my consent. Things have calmed down between us, and I see no need to start him in therapy right now. I have done my best to accept Mia and appreciate her help with Son, especially since I have been sick. So why would he need therapy? I don't think he can go unless we both agree, and I do not agree. I withdraw my consent. Okay. And there is no reason to send forms to your house? I am his primary parent and I would be the one who needs to fill out those forms and handle the office. You have no place doing that. You should have consulted with me before scheduling anything. I am not in agreement with this. There are things I need to research and make sure that I approve of the therapist. I will decide where he goes if I choose to go that route. You can return Son to me on the 23rd so I do not miss my Christmas time with him. I will discuss with my partner about therapy in the future, but I will not be taking him to the therapist you chose. Let me know how you feel before then. If you need anything, let me know. I want to make you aware that you cannot disclose son's information or take him to a doctor without my consent. Just because you have equal legal custody of son does not mean you do not need to ask me. Also, the CDC says that I can test positive for up to 3 months, so I will no longer be testing. But I fully expect son back with me on the 23rd, actually. I will have my parents pick him up the day before since it is technically my parenting time. You are not to disclose his social security number or private information to anyone. You are not allowed. Actually, I am having my parents pick him up at the beginning of the week and they can watch him until then. Thanks for the help, but I will make different arrangements for my time moving forward. I have been gracious enough to allow you this extra time when I did not have to, and you turn around and try to go behind my back. I thought things were getting better between us, but apparently not. You are still as backhanded and sneaky as you always have been. I am so disappointed in you. Okay.